This is Tailgate Talk, presented by Tarpon Blue.
Let's take a ride. In this series, we're going to show you everything Texas and its surrounding southern states has to offer, right here from our very own tailgate.
We'll take you from life on the farm and the ranch to the big city lights. This is Tailgate Talk. Come along for the ride. Hi, I'm Katie Abermite. Welcome to this week's episode of Tailgate Talk. We're here in Seguin, Texas at the Designer Custom Leather Workshop. Let's go inside and see what Courtney's up to.
Hi, Katie. Come on in.
All right, glad to be here. All right, so we're standing here in the what might look very familiar to a lot of you in the live sale portion of the Designer Custom Leather Workshop. And Courtney and Bubba are going to tell us a little bit about how the business got started and just a little bit about their day-to-day work and a little bit about their products.
Yes, ma'am. Basically, I'm Courtney. I'm the owner of Designer Custom Leather. This is my husband, Bubba, together with my mom and a handful of other people. We create handmade handbags and goodies every day. Probably 2012. This is actually our 10-year anniversary. In 2012, we got started. It actually got started as a rope making business that step by step turned into eventually what it is, making handbags. And every day we come down here, we live right up the hill, and so it's really a short walk to work, and come down here and we make bags every week. We sell them live on Facebook every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and have a fun time together doing it.
Well, I will say I do have a few designer custom leather pieces, and I love every one of them.
You've got some of the originals.
I do. I have actually a bag that I think Courtney made when she first started making bags. It is still pristine, and I'm pretty hard on a purse too, but it is held true to the test of time. And I will carry it, in the grocery store, in the grocery cart, and at the checkout. I'll have people stop me in the grocery store and still ask me, "That bag is beautiful. Where did you get it?" Or, the cashier will tell me. So I always carry your cards and give them to people. But I actually need some more.
We can make it happen.
But since then, I've bought a few other pieces. And I will tell you, they are some of the best made purses that I think I've ever seen. And I think we can attribute that to the fact that you oversee the process of every bag being made. You touch every bag and you do terrific quality control. Will you tell us a little bit about that?
I can. We are, like I said, a very, very small company. It's literally 6 of us in here, and it started out just my mom and I, and so the process was down to every detail, making sure that everything was perfect before it went out. As we added some people, the people that we've added have been very, Detail oriented, and that's very important for us to know that everything that goes out the door is something that I would either want to carry myself, or I don't try to just push a product out there. I put things out there. That's kind of how it started, was every bag that I would buy in the store. There was always something that I didn't like about it. There was always something I would do different. And so did I see myself making handbags for a living? No. It kind of just blossomed into that eventually. But it's the kind of thing that I've been able to just make everything the way that I would personally prefer it.
Right.
And then each bag, the process I have, the different people that have their place in line of the order of putting the bags together. Ultimately, they all come through me to sew together for the most part. We have a few people that are getting to the point that they're able to help get those bags actually constructed as well. And then before everything goes on the live sale set, we make sure that everything is looked over for quality and make sure there's no, mistakes that would be anything that would jeopardize the quality of the bag in the future.
Right. Also, will you talk a little bit about your design process, if you will? I know that you put a lot of thought into each bag. When you look at a hide, I feel like you see, okay, I can make this bag out of that hide. So you have
There's-
different types of bags and
It's
things.
really hard to kind of explain and put into words, honestly. It's one of those things that, like, behind us, you'll see, we'll let you see in a second, that there's all the hides that are hanging, all the leathers, all the different colors. Some days I'm like struggling to figure out what I want to make. Then nothing's coming to me. And then there's other days that this hide just happened to get thrown over next to that one, and I see that combination, and it's like, that's got to be done. That's gorgeous. So there's other days that things come together and it just absolutely works out. I get wild hairs now and then, and we get some silent auction bags that we try to keep those as our more unique bags. They're definitely, everything's pretty much one of a kind, but there are certain bags that just get a little bit extra touch and detail that are the bags that, you know, that random wild hair that caught me off the corner of my eye, and I put those together.
And I've noticed that Bubba has been expressing his creativity lately also. He's been making some things or having some ideas. I've been watching your live sales.
Bubba has been amazing. Bubba came in, what, 4 years ago?
Yep.
4 years ago, Bubba quit his... Three? No.
2019, 18.
Okay, 3
I
years
think
ago.
so.
Seems like 4, but
Yeah.
anyway. Seems like we've been together all a lifetime. Quit his career of 18 years?
Almost 20.
Almost 20 years. He would come in after work and piddle with us and help, and I was like, you know, you've got a knack for this. And then things were happening with the job. He's on the road all the time, and I said, why don't you just try it and come to work for me? And
I said okay.
he said okay. He jumped in with both feet and never looked back, and he has definitely got a knack for some leather work.
Well, I think it's been great for your business also. I mean, you were doing great before, but you know, it's been great for both of you. I think that you can really see it show in all of the wonderful products that y'all make.
Thank you. It's growing very, very quickly. When I think back about, you know, Mom and I started in a guest bedroom in my old house, and it grew from the guest bedroom to the dining room to the, you know, it took over the house, and then we had an existing old hay barn that I didn't even tell my dad I was doing it. I just got a contractor down here one day and closed in a little section of that barn, and we moved into there, and at the time I thought it was like all this grand space and we had all this room, and then over the last 3-4 years we packed so much stuff into there that we were ready for a new space. And with the success of the business, we were very blessed to be able to build a whole new shop here on our property with a 4,000 square foot metal building. So we went from less than 1,000 square feet to over 4,000. So everything that was in that little bitty room blew up into this space, and it's almost, we're jokingly talking about we need more space. But it's definitely, everybody that's come in has been like, there's no way all that stuff was in that little room. How did y'all even work around each other? And we made it happen. We made it happen.
How many bags do you think, just crazy rough estimate, do you think you've made?
In the past, so we didn't always tag our bags with a number and a date and all that. So previous to that, I couldn't tell you. We started tagging bags about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And we're at about 4,500 just of the bags that we have tagged.
Gosh.
So we're, like I said, this is our 10-year anniversary, and we're definitely moving more numbers right now than we have. It just continuously grows. If I had to guess, I mean, I'd say we're every bit of 10,000 bags.
That is amazing. And you know, just, I think that speaks to your work ethic, but also to know that you've put out 10,000 bags of that quality is just, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. You want to show us, I know you have some bags back here. Do you want to show us some of the stuff you have to offer?
I sure can.
Okay.
So, like I said, every Sunday we're live, and so generally this is our setup for our live sale, and we'll put everything we make each week on these shelves, and then we will do not a silent auction, but a live auction on Sundays, and we'll pull one product at a time and have a 2-minute increment. People will bid online, and then they win the product, they pay for it, we package and ship it. So this is what we call our Ranahan, and it's just a nice medium-sized bag with a cowhide flap. They don't all have a cowhide flap. They can be all leather. Any combination you see in any of the styles of bags can be done any way you want it. That's kind of where the custom comes in. The Tiny Tejas was one of our original sizes and designs. It's just a simple, sleek, classic kind of bag. We have wristlets, we have ball caps, tumblers, all kinds of fun accessories. So a lot of these little handles we'll put on the Bucker which is this little wristlet crossbody. You can be carried as a crossbody or as a wristlet, but the wristlet you can take off, and I actually hook these to my keys, and then you have a really fancy way to carry your keys, and you can, you know, be hands-free, do your thing, and look cute at the same time. We have all kinds of fun little things. This is what we call our dolly. This is kind of a semi-new creation, and it's kind of a deal that I created. I'm very messy in my purse, and my receipts tend to get jumbled in the bottom. And so a friend came in and had a little something similar and asked me if I could create one in leather for her. So we tweaked it, made it our own, and made the dolly that's kind of like a glorified wallet planner, if you will.
It's almost also like a clutch. Like,
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Multiple card spaces. You can put your phone in here if you want to carry it as a clutch. Put your receipts in there. It's hard-sided, so when you put your receipts in there and close it, stick it in your bag, it keeps them nice and clean and safe until you can get them in and organized in your office.
I think that's going to be one of my
And then
next
it's also
purchases.
cute to carry as a clutch.
Yeah,
So,
because I'm always forever just grabbing my wallet out of my bigger bag that I have, my work bag, and so I think I'm going to try to get one of those to put in my work bag. What else you got there? You do make wallets also.
we do make wallets. This is a trifold wallet. This is actually kind of a distressed authentic zebra that we have for this Sunday. And they've got a little scallop top. They've got space for cards, checkbooks, little coin space on the back. Sleek.
And
Little wallets.
I also think, you know, it's like how many designer custom leather pieces can you carry at one time? Because I have a makeup bag, I have a big bag, I have a bucker, and then sometimes I have like a second little makeup bag. So like I have all the little organization things inside my big bag.
Yes.
But
It's-
there's something for everybody, I think, on your website. You have
Definitely.
business card holders,
Definitely.
don't you?
Yes, credit card holders, business card holders, makeup
Men's
bags,
wallets.
men's wallets, purses.
A little bit of everything.
Some swag, some t-shirts and hats, all kinds of fun stuff.
All right.
So-
Well, and so we've told people that they can find you on your live sales on Sunday on your Facebook page, Designer Custom Leather.
Yes.
And then what is your website?
So designercustomleather.com is the website.
Okay. And I know you post some bags on there sometimes, and you put a lot of your accessories on
So
there.
that's where we've tried to make it clear and make sure that people understand we are very small, so each week we can really only produce so much product. We can either put bags on the website or we can do a live sale. We can't really do both because there's just not enough to go around. So lots of times we'll do the live sales just because it's fun to interact with the people. People can ask questions live. You can, get your answers to your questions.
Yes.
And buy a bag. You might get a great deal on one. They might go a little higher than retail, but that's just, they're all one of a kind, so it just depends how badly you want that bag. If I put them on the website, we generally will announce that ahead of time on our Facebook page, so that way you're not like constantly checking the site and there's just nothing new. We'll tell you ahead of time that, hey, there's new stuff on the website, go check it out. The website can be a little bit fun to navigate. If you know exactly what you're looking for, type that in the search bar and it'll bring everything that fits that up for you.
All right. Well, I know I'm going to go look at some of the leathers here in just a second, just because that always excites me a little
and
bit.
the smell is amazing,
The smell,
too.
yes. That is something that you definitely are not getting on that side of the camera is the smell when you walk in here.
Yeah.
It always smells wonderful, like a bunch of leather.
We get stopped when we go to dinner. They're like, the first time it happened, it was quite funny because we walked in and they're like, you smell so good. And we were like, thanks. And they're like, you smell like leather. And I was like, okay, it makes sense now.
I understand.
So we get stopped and told we smell like leather all the time, just from being in here. It's pretty cool.
Well, thank you for being on this week's
Thanks for
episode of Tailgate Talk.
Thanks for having me.
I always enjoy visiting with you and Bubba.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys next time on Tailgate Talk.
Thanks for tuning in today, and thank you to our guests for sharing their story.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time on Tailgate Talk.
We'll tell you things you might not know. Just stay a while, we'll make you feel